Hello everyone and welcome back to the finale of this exciting, interesting, amazing, and other positively descriptive adjectives Napoleon Total War battle, where we have gone through a series of defeats, mishaps, tactical blunders by both sides, and interesting scenarios, which all in all have resulted in a strange yet interesting battle. The Swedes are massing up to make an attack now, firing on the general, cutting down two of his men, and several of these men, I believe one or two, just one, that unlucky SOB. And the Russians begin to move left. And I will go ahead and tell you what's going to happen. They're going to push left hard and try to flank us through this, across these fords and into this valley. And they're just going to try and break these French defenses by brute force, which is almost never a good option. God, I had to yawn. I go ahead and pull my Prussian musketeers back, because A, they're too precious to let just die, and B, it's a little bit safer back there, and I'm going to need them to do tactical movements at some point in time. For tactics. The French shift their lines forward now, in preparation for the Russian onslaught, moving above this little hill, and onto the facing slope of it. Interesting tactic. I'm not sure if it's called, I always forget. I believe it's incorrect in Modern Warfare, because every soldier fires his gun, but in this age, I do not know. I believe it's also incorrect, but it works in the game. We totally kick their ass. Maybe. The Russians are, once again, still suffering from their indecisiveness, waiting for all their units to get into position, which, while not a bad thing, it's not necessarily a good thing to always have all your units have to be in position. There are some moments where you just kind of need to say, alright, if we're going to hit these defenses, we need to hit them hard. We need to hit them fast. Because what it does is it gives me time to rush this really strong unit of musketeers into this way. We're going to run over here, because we could need to. So they go at the double quick to up here and line up. And there's a good right way and a wrong way to probe a defense. This is an example of the wrong way. Send 18 gentlemen running at it, just going, "Yarg!" Defensive results. Yep, those are guns. Pew-pew. Let's see who else dies. We get 10? Nope. Alright, so now about half the guys who go out there on that defensive road just die in a hail of gunfire. And these Prussian light troops begin firing on my troops up here. I would say suppressing, but firing, I guess. I bring my men up here to try and shoot at them, but they can't get a range, and all it does is get them killed. So I run them back over here to basically begin participating in what should be called the Valley of Death. And they just fire from atop this hillside. Swedes, I'll be honest, don't do very well in this attack. They bunched up, they charge when they shouldn't, they don't line up when they should. I'll be honest, the blame for this game rests on the Swedes, and the credit for the win goes to the French. The French had their tactics in time. They were able to synchronize with my flanking attack from the side. And retaining the bulk of their force, they're able to take advantage of the tiny moment of opportunity I've given them to slap the Swedes off balance. And the Swedes apparently not being the best general. I'm gonna go ahead and say this though, that doesn't mean you can't cool before watching this video. There's always room for improvement. God knows I need to be onslaught right now. But the Swedish player needed to react more, defend his territory more, and in the end, not charge stupidly. But at the same time, we held the defensive high ground. The only way they could have taken it would be through a massive attack, which could have gone either way at that point in time. And so this is what the battle would look like from afar. Just light units firing at each other, line infantry lining up. The Russians have it right. Line up your men, get them all in order, get them all across the river. Have your light troops skirmish with them. And so we're having a light troop fight over here. And then my musketeers standing on the wall, shooting everything. Then the Russians get lined up, and I believe they open fire. Directly into the side of this wall. And I did not notice it at the time, but luckily I had this tiny knoll protecting the large majority of my men from that area. Like the large majority of my men were able to fire over this area. So everyone in range was basically my men just pulled past this point. And then we got into a serious firefight. We charged their cannons over here. And having taken out those cannons, my men took out a cannon. I totally get to take credit for that. I believe we got the second cannon as well. So over there's a massive battle going on. He sends in some Chavez Lancers to get it. My men just kind of firing range shoot these guys. You guys chicken out the last minute and don't get to fire the cannon. And then these Russians form a square. I didn't know they had enough to do that. Stop the horses. And the horses retreat by bringing my men in over here. I just think it's the coolest thing what happens when they line up because it just looks cool. I believe we killed the Russian general at that point in time. I think he charged forward. But here my men line up. The Russians form a line. The French are coming in to assist. But what happens here is just a small squad battle. Basically, the Russians are beginning to break in the back, but this unit is still okay with it. They walk towards us casually. My men reload and fire. The Russians maintaining their strict discipline. They begin their charge and then finally direct into the ranks. Point blank range. Brutally butcher most of these Russians. We sometimes brutally butcher us. I think this one and then the overwhelming French tide takes them. Along with the chasseurs who are overwhelming these lifeguards. Who are shooting a moment. We then retreat directly into the lifeguard. Retreating at the enemy. Russian military tactics 101. If you're going to retreat, make sure you retreat in an attacking formation. And then the Russians kind of run away, I think. The French then chase the Russians over here, while my men open fire on this general unit. And from that point on, it becomes a game of hunting them down. The end game of most Napoleon battles. play the game, you know how it is. There's a certain point in each battle where you just, all your troops are running away and there is no hope left. So these lifeguards valiantly hold their position against ever-increasing odds. But then the French line gets into position and they just stand no chance. They're down to 30 men now, and finally they break. They just say, "We'll die some other day." And the general, unable to take his dishonor, orders charges directly into the French, who form a square, stopping this other company. Breaking both units. Oh, that was brutal. And thus ends the battle. I lost 14,000 men, but I killed only 300 less than I lost. So a very costly battle for me, with some pretty okay arms at the end. Only about 500 men remaining. But of the troops we deployed, I don't know, it was just a lot of losses on every side except for the French, who managed to pull it off. And these are the people who played, by the way. Scott M, not Scott Man. Scott M 69-7, the 9th E, I believe that's Light Infantry Regiment. www.onespot200, and the Pyromaniac. Just gonna take a quick look through here, see if anything stands out. Looks like our most killed award goes to these musketeers, who lost 112 gentlemen, but killed 138 guys, and our second best award goes to the Prussian Fusiliers up here, who lost 99 men. That means they had 21 men left, but killed 137 men. Thank you for watching these videos. I hope you like them. If you do, try and like or comment. If you really love my videos, subscribe if you want to see more Napoleon Total War online battles, because you think I'm just wonderful at screwing up and then not screwing up. Or if you just think I'm wonderful at finding people who do know how to screw up. Feel free to tell me in the comments if you want to see more beautiful Napoleon Total War. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.